Hello YouTube, welcome back to Unloved Autos. Today we are in lovely sunny Plano, Texas on a bit of a windy day. We're going to do our very first guest spotlight. We've been wanting to do one of these for a long time. We're finally going to pull the trigger. This is a 1996 Chevy Silverado pickup. It belongs to a friend of mine named Mike Barnett. He's in my car club. We've been in the same club for over 2 decades. Back in 1996, he was looking for a truck. This is a time when it was not a good time to look for trucks. Inventory was very low, and it's hard to find what you wanted. He called all over the DFW area, but just couldn't find what he wanted. One of the dealers he checked was McElroy Chevrolet in Salina, Texas, a tiny, tiny town back then, and still a fairly small town today. They said they didn't have anything for him. But a couple weeks later, a salesman called and said they had one truck that they forgot about that had just come off the trailer. And this was it. They told him to come out and take a look at it if he wanted. He decided to go ahead and do that. Ooh, look at that sun. So he went up there and he found this truck, a stripper Silverado with a 350 V8 automatic transmission, the then optional third door, cloth seats, and some power accessories. He bought it for the princely sum of $23,600 and took it home. Imagine finding a brand new pickup for that price today. We would all jump at that. Currently has 119,000 miles on it, though you cannot tell from the wheels, the tires, the paint, the interior, anything. It's like new. It's never had an accident, never seen hail, and even the terrible GM paint from that era has stayed in place, hasn't fallen off it like we see especially on Buicks and other pickups. It is mostly stock. One of the few mods that he has done was the addition of American Racing Torque Thrust D wheels, possibly the greatest wheels of all time. They work on everything, and they look great here. He told me the story how one day he was at a four-way stop sign or stoplight or something, and came across another extended cab short bed pickup just like this one with the same factory mags. Actually, I botched that story. Let me start over. The story is that he was at an intersection and saw a truck just like his with the exact same wheels, and he decided that was not going to work for him at all. He needed to differentiate his truck a little bit, and he did, adding these perfect wheels to it. Love it. It does have a trailer hitch, though he's never towed anything with it ever. I think he originally bought this truck with the intention of towing a motorcycle with it for racing, and then just never did so. No, it wasn't a motorcycle, it was Legends Racing. That's what it was. Anyway, he has the complete service records on this from new. Over the last 28 years, he's got a lot of parts he's replaced, sometimes multiple times, and he's changed the oil more times than you can count. He plans to keep this truck forever, I think. How do you keep it for this long and then ever let it go? Before we finish up here, let's do a little quick history on the Chevy CK pickups. The first generation started in 1960, went to 1966, pardon my shadow. Second generation went from 1967 to 1972. The third gen, 73 to 91. That was also the first generation that saw the use of the Chevy Silverado nameplate. Back in those days, though, it was just a trim edition that started out in 1975. The fourth generation of these trucks came about in 1988 and lasted until 2002, which is a very long time. As many of us may know, they had a C or a K assigned to them. The C meant they were 2-wheel drive, and the K vehicles were 4-wheel drive. As the final generation of the original CK line, the truck known as the old OBS, or Old Body Style Chevy, had 3 types available: Cheyenne, Silverado, and Scottsdale. Cheyenne was the base trim, cost-effective, full-size. Scottsdale was midline, and the Silverado was the top of the line. Well, in '99, Chevy decided to retire the CK line altogether and replaced it with a new series based on the Silverado. Silverado was named after a town in California. It's also a canyon over there, I think Silverado Canyon. Both the town and the canyon got their names from early settlers who came in search of riches. The Silverado name is Spanglish, combination of the word silver and El Dorado, which was the mythical city made of gold. I did not know that. Let's get a closer look at the truck here. Here's those beautiful wheels. Look at that. Perfection, I tell you. Has the old flippy door handles. Here's the interior. Look at that. Can't even tell anyone's ever sat in those seats. Back seat, equally beautiful. In these days, the doors didn't open. It's all fixed back there, just extended cab. There's the dash, 120,000 miles. Maybe that sun blocked a little bit. There we go. Look at that interior. Mike knows how to take care of a vehicle. Doesn't even have sticky knobs there yet. All right, let's start this bad boy up real quick. It'll sound like Mini a 350. Not rumbly. So listen to that. So nice. Let's pop the hood real quick and take a look at that. Vortec V8 is as clean as the rest of the car. Just exquisite. Everyone needs to take as nice care of the car as Mike does. Close up with the grill. Look at that. That's a beautiful truck. I think most of us had a truck 3 years old that looks nothing like this. Not this nice. It shows it can be done. There's the back. All right, everybody. That brings us to the end of our first guest. Taking a quick break for the folks who have asked for cold starts. We are in Mike's garage. We've stepped into the Chevy to find a quiet place to drive to do the video. Not been started. Take my word for it. Here we go. Mike, how long has it been since you started this thing?
6 weeks.
6 weeks. 6 weeks. That's pretty impressive. All right, we're off. I forgot to show everybody the pristine bed. Let's jump in here for a second. No bed liner. Is that the bed of a 28-year-old pickup? Amazing. Here is a quick look at the never used trailer hitch. You would not see one that clean in the Midwest, use or not. Anyway, that brings us to the end of our first guest spotlight here at Unloved Autos. Thanks to Mike for letting us use his truck. Next week, we'll probably have another vehicle out of my collection, or maybe another guest spotlight, who knows. Till then, drive safely.